What's up, family? Trail here, and yesterday was a non-celebrated day for the war in Ukraine. This unprovoked war has been going on for around 366 days now, and it doesn't appear to be ending anytime soon. In fact, the U.S. just approved of billions of dollars to be provided to Ukraine again in their effort to defend their own country. And we finally got the truth from Congress as to why the U.S. is so adamant about providing aid throughout the remaining of this war. And if this war continues for 2 more years, then the U.S. could continue to give more money for 2 more years as well. In addition, we have new updates regarding our next 2024 presidential candidates. I have a few clips that I want to show you today. But before we get started, you already know what to do. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel as well as hit the like button for us. It really helps out. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Well, guys, this winter storm is causing havoc over the country. Southern California is receiving some very rare snowfall as the winter storm continues to intensify. In fact, we just got information from Los Angeles County in which they are getting their first blizzard warnings since 1989 as the winter storm continues to pound California. Guys, this is crazy. Could this be in regards to the global warming? Well, anyways, guys, like I said, the powerful winter storm is causing havoc from the west coast all the way to the northeast coast. In fact, the northeast is expected to receive this winter blast sometime early next week. But anyways, guys, moving on. Hey, guys, we do have a few candidates that have finally let us know that they're going to be running in the 2024 presidential election. The first person is Marianne Williamson. She has confirmed that she will be running for president in 2024. Now, I will have to admit, I really didn't even know who this person was, so I had to go ahead and research it to find out who this particular person was. Now, it does say that Marianne is a prominent progressive who ran for president in 2020. Shockingly enough, confirmed in an interview on Thursday that she will be running again for the Democratic nomination for president in 2024. And guys, here is a photo of her. It actually doesn't say when this photo was taken, but you can kind of get a glimpse of who Marianne Williamson is going to be running for the next president. So anyways, guys, we also have another surprise that just let us know with a little bit of a hint. I'll go ahead and play the video clip for you right now.
I think the times call for different leadership. And I'm confident we'll have better choices.
And you're thinking about being one?
Than my old running mate, come 2024.
Have you talked to him lately?
I have not.
That's right, Lester. Mr. Pence drawing a sharp contrast with his former boss, saying Americans want, quote, ability to return to politics, and that these times, in his words, call for different leadership experience. As for the former vice president, he told me he and his family will make a decision by spring on his own plans to run for president.
So yeah, guys, as you can see, the former vice president Mike Pence did a little bit of hinting during an NBC interview in which he said that him and his family are going to sit down and make the final decision come later this spring. So guys, we already know that he is going to be running. He has already stated that there are going to be better candidates than the former president of the United States, Donald Trump. And he is referring to himself. Mike Pence is going to be running in 2024, guys. So prepare yourselves for that. Now, moving on, guys, we do need to talk about this war in Ukraine. Like I said, yesterday marked the anniversary of this war going on for 1 whole year. And now, as of today, guys, this makes the 366th day of this particular war. In fact, the United States has just committed an additional $2 billion in aid. This is going to come in the form of drones, more ammunition, as well as more financial aid on the anniversary of the war in Ukraine. We also was able to pull up some new information in regards to just how much the United States has sent to Ukraine. I know in the previous video we talked about where the numbers was sitting at around $46.6 billion, but I didn't necessarily know, guys, that particular amount was only referring to the military aid. There have been other aid that has been provided to Ukraine as well, and this particular data right here shows us that. Yes, guys, it says that a total of $76.8 billion has been provided to Ukraine by the United States. And yes, guys, I'll just go through the list real quick. From humanitarian efforts, it has been $3.9 billion, which is 5%. From a financial perspective, $26.4 billion, which is 34% of that money. And then we also have a total combined of the military aid, which I'll break it down for you. The security assistance has been around $18.3 billion. Weapons and equipment has been around $23.5 billion. And then grants and loans for weapons and equipment has been around $4.7 billion for a total of $46.6 billion. But overall, including the military aid, the financial, and the humanitarian aid, we're sitting at around $76.8 billion at the time of this particular article was written, which I believe was January the 15th of this year. And we already know there have been billions of dollars approved just this month alone. So obviously, guys, this particular number is really higher than $76.8 billion. But the biggest question is, when will this aid from the U.S. stop giving to Ukraine? Or, in fact, how much more left, guys? Well, in fact, guys, this money can actually continue to keep going up over and over again, depending on how long this particular war lasts. And in fact, even right now, there has been a huge amount of pressure on the president to supply Ukraine with some F16 fighter jets. And yes, guys, this particular pressure is mounting up very quickly. The Biden administration is facing mounting pressure from the U.S. lawmakers and Ukrainian officials to equip Kyiv with some F-16 fighter jets as Russia war continues on its anniversary. And just after the administration last month announced that it would send 31 Abrams battle tanks to Ukraine, they are now wanting even more. They are saying that President Biden needs to provide us with some F-16 so that we can control the air so that Russia cannot. And pretty much, guys, if Ukraine ends up getting some F-16 fighter jets, that could cause this war to be completely over. That would be a huge benefit to Ukrainians. But so far, President Biden has pretty much said no to sending F-16 fighter jets. But President Biden has continued to approve of more other military aid, ammunition, different things like that. But as far as these F-16 fighter jets, he is still saying no. And in fact, guys, I did a little research. These F-16 fighter jets range anywhere between $2 million each and $14 million. So obviously, providing one jet would cost the American people a ton of money. In fact, $2 to $14 million per F-16 fighter jet. So yes, guys, so far they are not doing this, but hopefully, guys, this war will end very, very soon. And in fact, Ukrainian lawmakers are now urging the United States to use some of that money that was seized from the Russian oligarchs. They want that money to be used in order to provide to the Ukrainians. That way, you can actually take money from Russia and give it to the Ukrainians to defend against Russia. Wouldn't that be something, guys? But obviously, that has not happened as of yet. But Ukrainian lawmakers have urged the United States on Friday to use the money it has seized from Russian oligarchs to support Ukraine with additional aid. This particular member of the Ukrainian parliament told Fox News that in an interview that she and others have been pushing for a plan to use money from Russian oligarchs and central banks to support Ukrainians' defenses. She said this amount would total more than $500 billion, which, like I said, the U.S. has provided around $76 billion. And if they use some of this money from the oligarchs, guys, that could be a ton of money. Ukrainians could potentially buy some F-16 fighter jets from the United States. That would be awesome. But anyways, guys, that is in regards to the war on Ukraine. Like I said, it has reached a full year on the anniversary yesterday on Friday. And we just found out from Congress as far as why the United States is adamant about supporting and providing military aid and assistance, humanitarian assistance, and all of the above. We found out exactly why Congress continues to approve of this stimulus aid, this aid to the Ukrainians. And it says right here, guys, we did hear from Mitch McConnell. He says that, look, calls Ukrainian aid a direct investment for the United States against Vladimir Putin's war machine. Yes, guys, McConnell has stood up and said that Congress is approving of this aid for Ukrainians for a specific reason, and that specific reason alone. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell affirmed that the U.S. aid to Ukraine is a direct investment in the country's interest and against Russian President Vladimir Putin's war machine on the first anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion. The Senate Minority Leader said in a statement on Friday that the U.S. national security is tied to stability and security in Europe and preventing Russian forces from advancing in the continent. As my fellow leading Republicans and I have explained, it is not an act of charity for the United States and our NATO allies to help supply the Ukrainian people self-defense, he said. It is a direct investment in our own core national interests. McConnell added that the United States has largely been sending older weapons from the stockpile that it has been holding on for a very long time, allowing the U.S. To replenish its inventory with more modern versions of what's being sent abroad. And if Putin were given a green light to destabilize Europe, invading and killing at will, the long-term cost to the United States in both dollars and security risk would be astronomically higher than the minuscule fraction of our GDP that we have invested in Ukrainians' defense thus far. So yes, guys, Congress has finally told us the truth, why they continue to send billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine whenever they ask for it. And it says right here that McConnell has saying that, look, we are supplying Ukraine with weapons, ammunition, equipment, tanks, and things like that so that they can fight against Russia so that we don't have to. If we go ahead and provide these particular tools to Ukrainians and they want to use these tools to defend their own country, it is actually helping the United States out as well, because we know that Russian efforts are wanting to take over Europe, wanting to take over Ukraine, and pretty much want to attack the United States as well as other NATO allies. But if we go ahead and give money, support, aid to the Ukrainians, they can help us out in return by fighting off these Russian people. Fighting them off, killing them, injuring some people, as well as destroying their tanks and things like that in Russia. That in turn is really helping the United States out as well as NATO allies, guys, including Europe. So yes, guys, we finally got a direct line, a direct sentence of exactly why Congress, as well as the Biden administration, continues to approve of billions and billions of dollars to provide to Ukraine, even though they won't help out the people that are needing help in our own country. We now know the reason why. And I want to know what you guys feel about this. Let me know down below in the comment section what you think about this particular message from McConnell on the anniversary of the war in Ukraine in regards to why we continue to provide billions and billions of dollars to the Ukrainians. Let me know how you feel about this down below in the comment section. But anyways, guys, hey, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today, but be sure to check out some of the links down below. There are a few ways for you to be able to support this channel, as well as opportunities for you to put some money in your pocket to receive some free stocks, or you can even receive the Amazon Prime membership for totally free. If you are interested, those links will be down below. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.